you entertaining as hell, bro. And you know, like people take your quotes, you know what I mean? You get your memes all over the internet, all that stuff, man. How you go from like taking that switch, man? Because I watch you on First Take too. Sometimes you're entertaining, but sometimes you're actually teaching us something. Sometimes you
Yes.
actually, how you find that balance, bro? Because you know sometimes we find ourselves in a position where it's some, not clown, but you know you're putting on, and you ain't
Yeah.
always your authentic self. How you find that balance?
Because at the end of the day, that's really and truly who I am. My job is to entertain. My job is to inform. My job is to educate. And so I try to do all of those things. And there's a way to go about it. A lot of times I'm saying things, I'm using analogies and things that my grandfather or my grandmother said, and people can relate to that. People understand that, like, okay, it makes a lot of sense in this situation. For me, if you look at me, I'm kind of like, I have to be three different people a lot of different times. I'm a different person when I sit down and have a conversation on Club Shay Shay. Yeah. I'm a different person on Nightcap with me and Ocho. Yeah. I'm a different person when I go on First Take. And so I have to be a lot of different people. But no matter what I am or where I am, I need to educate you. I need to inform you. I need to entertain you. And at the end of the day, people want to be entertained. And in the process of entertaining them, if I can educate them, if I can inform them to what's really going on, I think they really, really appreciate that. And that resonates with a lot of people. You know, I think for us, I try not to get too far in the weeds, Beast, because, you know, we see the game differently. I don't watch the game to like, oh, they scored a touchdown. Oh, they got a sack. I'm studying, why did they score that touchdown? Why would that happen in that coverage when that should have been covered? Why in this formation? Why this line in the line? Why did you give up a sack when all you had to do was pass that off, push him to the guard, and then you stay where you are and not have a free runner? Yeah. That's how I'm looking at the game. And so I a lot of times I make jokes about a situation, especially for offensive linemen. I say, as big as he is, he can't block the sun out of his eyes. People like, oh man, all you got to do is just put your hands up. Well, he that big, and he ain't getting it done. And so that's the biggest thing, guys. I think at the end of the day, if you're true to yourself, people will like you. Everybody is not going to like you. I'm finding that out the hard way because, you know, guys, when we played the game, we understood that the opposing fan base is going to dislike us. Absolutely. They're supposed to. We're some of the better players on the team that's coming to kick your team's butt, or you're coming into our building. So we understood the dislike. But I'm like, bro, where is this coming from? What is this? I mean, all this money out here. Do you know they'll print money? If they run out of money, they'll print some more. And I think, Rob and Beast, I think the thing is what has happened is that people feel like if you get something, they've lost something. And that's not the case. There's so much money. Just because I got it, let's just say for the sake of argument, because you got to deal with Verizon, I can't hate on y'all. There's ATT, there's Boost Mobile, there's Mint Mobile, there's other opportunities. So I didn't lose anything because you gained something. All it did was create an opportunity. How can we, my team, how can we create something that Boost Mobile or Mint Mobile, who knows, maybe even Verizon or somebody else would want to be a part of, because we have something that we can bring to the table also.
You don't think social media contributes to that, bro? Like, for real, you don't think the fact that a young person could open Instagram and see Shay Shay on a yacht, see Beast Mode doing this thing, see Mike Rob, whatever, all over the world, this, that, and the third, and say, okay, that need to be me. You know what I mean? You don't think it comes from that?
A part of it does, but are you willing to work for that? Now think about it. I tape 5 shows of Nightcap a week. I do 2 shows of First Take a week. I tape 1 to 2 episodes of Club Shay Shay a week. That's 9 shows. Yeah. Now, in the process of taping, I also have to prepare. Mm-hmm. So that leaves very little free time, dilly-dally time, bull-jiving time around for me to do anything. I get my workout in, and now I got to prep for Nightcap. I get I do my things. I got to get ready for First Take because I've got to know what I'm talking about. I've got to watch all these games. And so people are like, well, Shannon, I don't ever see you at the games. I said, if I go to one game, how am I able to watch all the other games that I'm going to have to talk about? I said, because people are looking to find a reason to try to discredit you. Because you know why? Because social media has given you so much falsehood that the truth seems unreal to them. So when I'm telling the truth about something that's happened, people are like, nah, it didn't happen like that, because they've seen so much people floss on the internet. They see guys got jet. I'm looking at some of these guys. I'm like, well, damn, Beast, guys, I got to do better. Cause I'm like, what is he doing that he on a jet? What is he doing that he got two RRs and he got? I'm like, damn. I am thinking I'm doing good, and dude over there just balling. But you're right. What happened with social media is it's a blessing and a curse. Yeah. Because we've all benefited from social media. But what has happened, everybody is a coach. Everybody is a professional athlete. Everybody is a politician. Everybody now feels that their opinion matters because they can tweet it out and somebody sees it. And so now I hold just as much weight talking about a pro sport as a professional athlete that plays said sport. And so I understand, I've had to learn the hard way. You've got to take the good and the bad when it comes to social media.
Was that a knock? What's old boy you used to do the show with? The
Skip.
Snow Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, that when I'm listening to what you say, when you say a professional athlete that did it, and then, you sit across from a guy like that, and he just, all world on everything that he say is law.
But you got a job to do too, Beast.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't say that. I ain't say he ain't no job, bro.
The thing is, the way I look at it, guys that played the game, we see the game differently. Just because you didn't play the game, that doesn't mean you don't know the game. I'll never diminish anybody that didn't play. But what I'm saying is that we see the game entirely different. I'm not going by what somebody told me. I'm going by, I've been in the locker room. I've been in that huddle. I know what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is like. I know what in the fourth quarter or overtime. I know when tensions rise on the sideline. I know when a guy's getting agitated, leave him alone. He about to swing on you, bro. See, they tell you after the fact. I'm in there in the arena in the moment. So we just see the game differently. Stephen A sees the game differently than I do. Skip saw the game differently than I did. A lot of times players, we see the game a lot the same way because the way we had to break the game down in order to prepare week to week.
Absolutely, man. I want to transition a little bit, talk about guys in the league today, man. Just like the tight end position, dude. Like to me, you were one of the trailblazers into this generation. Now there were guys before you that trailblazed to help you get to where you at, but you were one of those guys that, bruh, you blocked, you did the dirty work, but you were one of the first tight ends, at least in my life, where I'm like, oh, dog.
I'm trying to get down the field.
Shannon's trying to get down the field, bro. He's trying to be like a big receiver out there, man. Just talk about the tight end position and how you've seen it evolve since you've played.
Well, I had a simple philosophy. I say I'm trying to move the sticks and I'm trying to go for six. That's every time I touch the ball. I'm gonna move the sticks. I'm gonna take it for six.
That's a real OG. No, but it was a clip that that resurfaced that I seen, and you had went to the phone on the sideline.
When I called the National Guard.
Called the National Guard. I said, man, what the in the heat, in the thick of things, and I said, man, this went to the phone and called the National Guard because they can't cover me. I said, the amount of, what you call it, bull job, I call it bull. The amount of bull that you was on in the moment to go and grab that phone to do that, I'm like, oh yeah, this is different.
Yeah, we were disrespectful. We had that team in the 90s. Yeah, we were very disrespectful with it. And Mike allowed us to be so. But I think the thing is, for me, the way I look at it, and I've studied the tight end position because I needed to know about it, it was Ozzie and Kellen and then Todd Christensen. Those were your athletic tight ends, guys that could, catch the ball, get you the 1,000 yards, get you to 80, 70, 80 catches. Todd Christensen was I remember he was working at NBC, he and Charlie Jones, and he say and I had just started to be a pretty good tight end, and he say, son, if you want to be great, catch the football. He said they can pay anybody to block. He said, but it takes catching the football as a skill. That's an art.
And that's how you separate yourself.
I said, okay.
Yeah.
The only difference between the tight ends now and myself, there's more of them. There were only a handful of guys. There was like myself and Ben Coates were the only guys that can go get you 80, 90 catches, go get you 1,000 yards, get you double-digit touchdowns. Now, you look at Laporta, you look at Kelsey, you look at McBride, you look at Hawkinson, you look at Kittle. Yeah. There are more of them. You look at Evan Ingram. There's more. You look at Mark Andrews, likely. There are more of those guys. Where it used to be one or two, if you go back and look, it was Kellen and Ozzie, Todd Christensen. When it was me, it was myself and Ben Coates. I think we might have been the only guys in the 90s at the tight end position that got 1,000 yards receiving. Now, look at all these guys. All these guys can light you up for 100 yards, get you a game where they have one or two touchdowns in a game, can get you triple digits receiving yards. These guys, I played at 228 pounds. I played tight end at 228 pounds. These guys are 245, 250, 260, and moving like they moved.
Yeah, big guys moving down the field, running like that. I also think it's the evolution of offense, too. You know what I mean? Getting more matchups and, big guys in the middle of the field. That's an easy throw for the quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it easier than being on the outside?
Yeah, he's closer. He's normally working between the numbers, a lot of times in between the hash. But I think the thing is that as they place less emphasis on running the football, more of a heavier emphasis on throwing the football, so they're getting more opportunities. That's why you see these guys routinely have, a lot of these guys have 80 and 90, and sometimes you see them go over 100, is because they're getting more opportunities. When I came up, you ran the football. You threw the football on third down. You did not run no football. You didn't start the game and spread open, scat protection. You ran the football, and then when you got to third down, you threw the football. And the rules, they punished the quarterback. They punished the receiver. And when they came out with this rule, guys, they said defenseless receiver. I said, how is he defenseless? He got helmet and shoulder pads on. What the hell he thought he was going to, a picnic or a barbecue?
Her height just like I did.
I said, I wish I could have had that kind of protection. That's why you see guys go across the middle, catching it with one hand, smiling at the camera. They doing all that stuff because there are no consequences or repercussion for bringing your ass across that middle. You had to pay a price. You had to pay toll to go across the middle because they were going to punish you whether you caught the ball or not.
Well, it's a different NFL, and we know this. We know.
And I don't have a problem with it. They should, because we know more now with head trauma.
Yep.
The kickoff rule, because I was on the kick. My first 3 years, I was on kickoff. I was a 3. I was an L3, and I was head hunting.
Don't get me started, Shannon. You must don't know my background. I was a Pro Bowl fullback and special team player, right?
Yeah, I was head hunting.
I was the forward, dog. You was button press. I was right beside your forward.
Yeah, but
making tackles, baby.
All I'm saying, just make him cut back.
That's it.
I'm gonna put my helmet in his ear hole. Now I ain't trying. Hey, Beast, I want him to play the next week, but I'm trying to get his ass up out of there this week.
Yeah, I understand.
I know that's right, man.
Oh.
I know I'm gonna get got, but I'm gonna get mine more than I get got, though.
2-4 for the one time. I'ma get got, but I bet I get mine. 2-4 to 2-6, and if I get got, then you know what I'ma get.